Hey everyone, Marathon Hurdler here, back with some more Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we did a lot of exploring, played a lot of cards, and met up with the Garden Master, proceeded to murder him, then did not confide in Sid and tell him anything about what had happened, but we did learn a little bit about the history of the garden, that he and Adia are married, and the purpose of Garden and the Seeds, and, well, a little bit about what we're trying to do next. We also learned a little bit about Alone and this dream world that we've been in, and now we're here exploring with Renoa. One thing that I want to correct that I said last time is that I would be finishing the card club quest today. That actually cannot be finished until we get through the next portion of the game, so I was mistaken about that. One other thing I want to show off before I continue is that I've changed my setup a little bit. I realized I had not equipped Renoa with the Reflect spell on her spirit. I've adjusted that. In addition, I've given Leviathan to Squall so that now he can actually equip magic or junction magic to his spirit statistic as well. So this is going to be my setup for the foreseeable future, and Regen is probably going to be a spell that I'm going to have equipped on Vitality for just about the rest of the game. Same thing with Reflect for spirit. The Strength and Magic spells will obviously change as time goes along, but everything else is pretty set for now. In terms of abilities that I am teaching my GFs, that's not what I wanted. In terms of abilities that I'm giving my GFs, I've changed a couple of them. I'll go through those real quick so you can kind of see what we're doing. But again, it's not super important what you have them learn. I would have Diablos working on Mug, but beyond that, it doesn't particularly matter. Because as you'll see in a little bit, if you really want to grind and do the max stats early, there'll be ways to get the AP you need for any abilities you might need in a much faster fashion. So, not too worried about that, but just thought I'd go ahead and show it off, just in case you were curious about what I'm doing at this point. And I think that's about all, so let's get to exploring with Renoa then. Let's see what kind of tour that she expects us to give her. I mean, I guess it's not a tour, it's more of a little walk and spending some time together, which would be nice. It's been a rough couple of days, and oh, hey, Headmaster Sid is giving us some announcements, so awesome. Sounds like things are getting back in shape. Oh no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. What is it now? I just wanted to go on a nice little walk with Renoa. Things were going so well, and oh, and of course something has to be going on. What could it possibly be? A fisherman? Is this our next boss battle? Is it a demonic fisherman? Is he gonna catch some massive fish to fight us? No, okay, no. Looks like we're just gonna be crashing into his hometown. Yeah, you might want to run, buddy. Probably a good idea to run. Faster than that. Leave the fish. Just leave the fish. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like they say in Law and Order, nothing is worth your life. There you go. Alright. Well, Sid was worried about us finding a place to stay, and it looks like we've found a place. So yeah, I guess we have to talk to Sid about what's going on. Luckily, we don't have to run all the way to the third floor to do so. Yes, everyone remain calm after I've already yelled at you and been freaking out and everything. Because everyone respects your authority so much right now. Anyway, what do you want from me, Sid? Alright. Fisherman's Horizon. Never heard of it. Okay. You can't do this yourself? Why do I have to look around the city? Whatever. Yeah, why do I have to go? If you're gonna bother me. Well, I guess I didn't have to say if something was bothering me. You're gonna tell me anyway. Clearly, although I don't understand why. Fine. Anyway, so if I can actually see, I mean, why do you have high expectations of me when I can't even use an elevator properly? At any rate, Keistis and Renoa just happen to be here. Even though Renoa's not a seed and should not be getting any missions. Anyway, we've already landed here. Stop making it seem so formal, Squall. And of course, we just happened to crash into the Fisherman's Horizon just so that we can use, in such a way, just so that we can actually use the second floor deck as a way to get on, or way to get to the city. How convenient. At any rate, gonna head to the second floor here, and we're gonna go from there. So I figure this is as good of a time as any to take care of some administrative things that are going on. First, I think the new volume settings that I've used in the last video were pretty good, and I'm going to stick with that for a while. There's a little interference that seems to come in when I use audio sometimes, but overall I don't think it's big enough to merit going back to the quieter setup that I was using before. The other thing is, I'm recording this on Thursday. I've already recorded my episode for tomorrow, which is Friday the 17th, and this is something I'm going to plan to do moving forward. Now, I know at this point I don't have many people who are watching my videos, but I'm going to be recording in advance as much as possible, but I'm going to stick to my original recording setup in order to give myself flexibility in case I get busy with school or anything, to make sure I can keep content uploading on a regular basis. If for some reason I get to a point where I'm doing really well and I'm recording I'm really ahead in my recording, I might start uploading at a faster pace, but just in case someone watches my videos, or in case someone starts watching my videos regularly as they go up, just know that I might be recording videos and such, or when you see a video, it might have been recorded a while back and I may be way beyond a point, so even if you leave me feedback in terms of things that I've missed, then I might not be able to go back at that point. But if you have feedback in terms of like the video quality or something, those are things I can change. But again, it might take some time. So just thought I'd point that out, and we didn't really miss much in the conversation here. Just some people complaining, or not complaining, but warning us not to be violent and kind of talking down to us a little bit. But anyway, looks like they might be willing to fix our garden for us, so we gotta talk to the mayor to figure all that out, but now we get to explore the city a little bit, so awesome. Now the first thing we're going to want to do here is, well, first we gotta follow this linear path. We got the stereotypical linear path here in Final Fantasy, and we get a nice little FMV to show off the town a little bit, which is pretty cool. Nice little way to show off the technical capabilities of Final Fantasy VIII. But there are a fair number of little side quests that we want to do here. Some of them aren't really side quests, but there's a fair bit of things that we want to address. And the first thing I want to do is see if I can make this work. There's a little ladder here. If I can actually get on it, let's see. This is not work. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get the right spot there, but yeah, we want to get on this ladder and climb down, and we'll get onto another linear path that we can follow around, and yeah, we'll get a little cutscene if we do this, and there's an item that we can get as well. Let's see. Assuming I can actually figure this out. I'm having a terrible time climbing ladders today. For some reason, these ladders in Final Fantasy VIII just always throw me off. There might be one more here I gotta deal with. Is there one more I gotta deal with here? I feel like there's a ladder right there. It is. Yeah, these ladders in Final Fantasy VIII are just so annoying for some reason. They're really finicky, and they just... Anyway, we've navigated it nonetheless. And here's a fisherman that we ran into, or we almost ran over earlier. Looks like he's doing okay. Yeah, it's all our fault. I'm sorry about that. Well, that's nice of you. What was that? Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure you are. People always say they're just kidding, but generally people say they're just kidding, they're not actually just kidding. Words of advice from Marathon Hurdler. Is that so? I didn't know your name was Master Fisherman. Alright, but for talking to him, we get the Occult Fan number 3. I can't remember if we actually picked up Occult Fan number 2. I thought maybe we did. Another downside of taking such a long hiatus. If we did. We already sold number 1, but we do have number 2 and 3. So, yeah, we're all caught up on that. And let's see. Now we got to navigate these blasted ladders again to get back. Oh, jeez, really? Yeah, so these blasted ladders, and the thing that's really frustrating about these ladders, and maybe it's just my lack of dexterity, but whenever I try to use these ladders, it's with that when I'm using the analog stick instead of the D-pad, I always seem to start going down the ladder only to or start going in one direction on the ladder, but only to immediately start going in the opposite direction as soon as I get on it. And now we've got to navigate this blasted ladder again. Eventually I'm going to get this. There it is. Yeah, they really make it hard to see where exactly you're supposed to go to get on this ladder. And I don't know why they do that. It's really not helpful, but enough complaining for one day. Now we're ready to explore Fisherman's Horizon and the rest of Fisherman's Horizon. And thankfully there are no more ladders that we have to deal with. Instead we'll just talk to this guy and yeah, we'll head down the little platform here. One for Noah in case he decides to join us. What? Estar? Why would we go there? I did not know that, but thank you for telling me. Is that so? Well, we'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so keep that in mind for later. Yeah, you're asking us about going to some random tourist place and we're trying to get our ship fixed. I mean, come on. Alright, so now we're finally getting down to the downtown area, the urban center of Fisherman's Horizon, if you can ever really consider some area down here as being the center of town. So, let's see, what I want to do now is, well, first thing I'm going to do actually is I want to go. No, actually, I should probably explain what I'm going to do first, and then I'll come back and deal with it. So, what I want to do is I want to spread some card rules here in Fisherman's Horizon. Now, you had an opportunity to do this earlier, back in Deling City. I didn't really mention it because, quite frankly, it wasn't important and not necessary to do. There are 2 new card rules that they have in Fisherman's Horizon. They have the Elemental Rule and the Sudden Death Rule, and I'll explain those more in detail when it becomes relevant. We'll be playing a lot of cards here and getting some rare cards here, so there'll be plenty of opportunities to explain what those rules mean, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Instead, I'm going to play this guy right here. I'm going to do so until I get the open rule spread, and I'm going to meet you back where that guy is standing. But for now, what I want to do is I want to head over this way, if I can actually get it, there we go, to work. And then there's a save point here, just in case it doesn't go right. So I'm going to save my game here, and then I will meet you back where that guy was standing. And once I get the open rule spread, we'll go from there. Alright, we got the open rule spread on the first try, so that's exactly what we wanted to do. And now that we've done that, we're ready to continue exploring Fisherman's Horizon. Now, if you want to go meet the mayor, that's the path you want to take, and we'll be doing that in just a minute because, well, that's what we need to advance the plot. And there's also a couple of rare cards that we want to pick up while we're down there, but for now, let's explore the town a little bit. And normally I don't do this because there are plenty of walkthroughs where they talk to everyone and show off the world, but because there's actually a little side quest that you can do, or not really side quest, but there's a little extra content you can see later, and it's good to kind of talk to everyone so you can kind of make a comparison between the two. So I want to talk to the people here, and then I'm going to go into the inn. And this isn't for anything in the future, but because there's actually an item we can pick up by going up here. So, as with any city, or it's just about every city in this world that we're on, I can't remember the name of it if it's ever told to us, we can find an issue of Timber Maniacs. That's the next one that we can find. And yeah, that's all there really is to that. So, not much to see here, but there is a little cutscene that I want to show off before we continue with the main story here. So, we want to go down this dock. There's a guy standing there that we can talk to, and... Wait, what? Evolve? Yeah, what are you talking about? Huh. There's a Shumi. Never heard of him. Nope. I mean, if you've been around the last couple episodes, you would know that Squall does not know anything. Okay, well, we're going to learn more about that in the very near future, actually. So, keep that in mind. There are a lot of things you got to keep in mind, but the game is really about to open up, at least relative to Final Fantasy VIII anyway. So, yeah, anyway, let's talk to this guy here. Yeah, fishing is okay. What do you got for me? Yeah, what was that? Oh, man. Really, kid? That's pretty bad aim. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. If I would have known, I wouldn't have asked him to show off. Actually, I didn't actually show him to show off in the first place, so... But yeah, if you talk to him again... I did see him. You know, he was impressive, I guess. Maybe a little arrogant, but he was impressive. So you're his student, huh? Sounds more foolish than anything, if you ask me. No, I can see why people would call him a loser. He's a little too intense. Ha 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 ha. I mean, we don't want the kid to die, do we? You're not a kid hater, are you, Mr. Shopkeeper? I'm sure your form is good. Let's see what you got. I don't really need you charging up like it's Dragon Ball Z here. Wait, what did you do now? What? No. No. That's not even... That doesn't even make sense. How can... What? As always, guess who it's up to solve everything? It's up to Squall to save the day again. I like how Renault and Kisses are just standing there so calm. Really, was it cool though? Yeah, I like the fist palm. Or face palm. Seriously, you need to kill it. You need to chill, kid. Jeez. I don't know. That might have been too harsh. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't good what he did, but you don't have to be, like, aggressive like that. He's a little kid. He didn't know any better. But yeah, that's basically all there is to see here. I think... No, wait, there's one little other thing that we can show off. Not super important, but since we're here, might as well go ahead and show off what we got. So yeah, we go up the, go up the little path here. Then there's a little shop up in the upper right. Go in there, and we can get a little backstory on the area and some other things. Talk to this little Moomba here, and we hear more about Shumi Village. Is that so? Keep that in mind. And then you come over here, and guess what? The next Timber Maniacs. Yeah, so there are two in this city. So, yeah, I think that's just about everything that we can see here. So let's go ahead and talk to the mayor and apologize for crashing into his town. I don't know why Squall gets stuck doing all the dirty work, but I guess it's one of those things where you're just hazing the rookie, right? If Zell was here, maybe we'd make him do all this stuff, or if Selfie was here, we'd make her do all this stuff. But unfortunately, right now it's Squall, so yeah, he gets stuck doing all the dirty work. Because I mean, after the attack on Dalet, or the defense of Dalet, there really hasn't been any time for another seed exam, I would assume, right? I mean, it's only been like a week, or I guess it's been longer now, but between then and the failed assassination plot, it only been like a week, not that long, so yeah. Now, before we go see the mayor, we want to come to the right here, and hey, look, it's Martine. And yeah, we can play cards against him, and if you remember, when we gave up the Ifrit card to General Caraway, he said he lost it to Martine, so now Martine's going to have that card. And so I'm going to play him, and once I get him to play the card that I'm looking for, I will be right back. And what do you know? He's playing it on the first game, so we get to see in action the new rules. Two new rules we have are Elemental and Sudden Death. The Elemental rule basically does what you're seeing here. On the board, you're going to have these little Elemental symbols. If you put a card on that, which has a matching symbol in the upper right corner, all the numbers on your card get a +1 boost. If it doesn't match, then they get a -1 boost. Not really a big deal for the most part, but it can be a pain once in a while when you're trying to, when you have cards that are pretty close in value. Not something we have to worry about too much here, though. The other rule, which can be a little bit more of a challenge, is the sudden death rule, depending on when it's being applied. So the way the sudden death rule works is, if you play a game and it ends in a tie, then what ends up happening is you start over again. But what makes it challenging is that you start over with the cards that you won in the previous round. So, for instance, if I lost, say, my Cypher card and my Cell card, but we tied, then in the next round, when we played again, my opponent would have those cards, and I would have the cards that I had won from them. So it can be a little annoying, but in general, we're going to be playing against people who have, who have such worse cards than us that it's not going to be an issue. So, yeah, not a big deal. And I like keeping the rules here in Fisherman's Horizon because it makes life a little bit easier for us in terms of later in the game when we might want to have more flexibility in getting rid of rules. It makes life a little bit easier from that perspective. So, there's that. And now we're ready to talk to the mayor. So, we come up here, and it starts the next cutscene. And, oh boy, it looks like we've got a hippie here. Sitting on the floor with his legs crossed, with his wife with the free-flowing hair. Looks like she might have dreadlocks. Oh, well, that's nice. Right to business. Well, no, because we don't know how to work it. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, that's awesome. Sounds good to me. Well, I guess that's true. We don't really have the authority to make that call, but we'll talk to our leader. Aw, come on, Renoa. Why does it matter? Yeah, you're not even a seed. Like, why does it matter to you? Not always, but whatever. Sure it can. Look, I'm as anti-war as anyone. I really wish that was true. Unfortunately, most people don't feel that way. I agree with you, Mayor Dobie, but it really only works if other people are on the same page. But before we leave, we actually have a couple of rare cards that we want to win. And both Mayor Dobie and his wife Flo have cards that we want. So let's go after Mayor Dobie first. When I get him to play the rare card that I want, I will be right back. Alright, we got him to play the card that we want, and it is the Quetzalcoatl card. Now, let's see how I want to do this. Because I usually put Siren right there, but if I, in the lower left corner to begin, but if I do that, then you can take that with Quetzalcoatl. So, let's go ahead and place that there instead, and see if he'll play Quetzalcoatl right away. Alright, so now, we got him to play his strongest cards, so now we can go ahead and place Siren down there like we usually do. Now hopefully I haven't screwed myself here, because it can take him a while to play this card. Now let's see, I can't place the Zell card yet. I think I want to place that there, force him to play something in the middle. Alright. Have I screwed myself here? So if I place, nope, if I place that there, regardless of what he does, I win. No, wait. Oh, shoot. Ah, see, now this is where the sudden death rule really hits you hard. So, I really botched this one hard. I might actually, darn, I might have to reset this now. I'm gonna have to play this defensively, really defensively, and until he plays the Cypher card. See, that's what I see you. I was just talking about how that card can screw you up in at unexpected times, and you're kind of seeing where that happens here. So there's really no card I can play that's not gonna. I mean, I kind of want to goad him into using the Cypher card now, but I can't seem to get him to play it. Let's see. So so now we're good. Okay. Whew. Oh man, that could have been bad. Thankfully, we did not screw that up. I did not completely botch that. But you can, I guess now you can see what happens when you don't pay attention with the sudden death rule and the elemental rule. It will hit you when you least expect it. But at the very least, we went ahead and got the Quetzalcoatl card. So now we're going to try to do the same thing, but with Flo. So I'm going to play her until I get the card that I wanted to play, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I got her played on the second game. It usually takes her a little while to actually play it, so darn, this actually is not a great start because that Irving card is very strong left strength. Alright, good, so I got her to play it right away, so at least we don't have to worry about that because I thought she might take my card, and she's not a very good player at all, so hopefully I don't botch this one, but it shouldn't be very difficult from here. Yeah, I've pretty much got this game in the bag. Alright, perfect. So, got the Irving card. No issue. And that's all the rare cards that we can get here. And I should point out that Irving card is the rare card that you get for the Queen of Cards quest. So when we went there last time, way back in Disc 2, and I made that trip before the assassination plot, this is the card that you get for doing that. If you don't do any of the extra stuff that I pointed out to this point, you can still get the Quetzalcoatl card, but you won't get the Ifrit card unless you've given it up to General Caraway already, and you won't get the Irving card unless you gave that up to her as well. So let's keep this moving. Kesis, you're gonna come with us? Nope, you're just gonna stand there. Gonna let me run around you in circles and stare at me. All right, let's just keep it moving. Yeah, seriously, you can't expect everyone to welcome us. Don't know what you're staring at there, but let's just keep it moving. Wait, what? Of course. So just when, we were getting mad and wondering why they were judging us, now we know why. We come here, and as soon as we do, all these soldiers show up. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Fine. Yeah, you're kind of being a jerk about it. Well, that's true. We probably would fight them. Of course he's going to try to reason with them, Squall. That's basically what he's been preaching about this entire time. Well, have fun with that, Mayodobe. Yeah, it's probably not going to turn out too well for him. So let's go ahead and chase after him. Alright, that's all she has to say, okay. But I'm actually going to end this episode here. I think that's a good time to stop it, because if I continue, then a lot of cutscenes and whatnot, and it'll be hard to find a good place to stop. So I'm going to end this here, and next time we will figure out, or we will try to deal with the Galbadians here and hopefully prevent Mayodobe from doing something too stupid and getting himself killed. Until then, this has been Marathon Hurdler. I want to thank you as always for checking out my videos, and hopefully I will see you next time.